Hi, a very good evening to all. Today we are going to see this particular case note. So the case note is about Vamuya Obeki. So who is a 4-year-old child from Sudan, a refugee family. He's from a refugee family who arrived in Australia in 2012. So we have a lot of background information to look on. So first of all, we look on the writing task. So the writing task, using the information in the case notes, write a letter to the director, community child health service, requesting follow-up of this family. So we have to write to the director of community child health service, requesting follow-up of this family, not only to the patient, to this family. It includes all the members of the family. So this is something which we need to focus on. We are not requesting follow-up for Vamuya Obeki. We are requesting follow-up to his family including him. So this is what the thing that we have to be very vigilant here. So let's go ahead and see this case note from the beginning. You can see today's date is 25 July 2012. Vamuya Obeki was admitted through the Children's Emergency Department for acute meningoencephalitis as a result of a complication following mumps. So this is the patient name, Vamuya Obeki. So he was admitted through Children's Emergency Department for this condition, acute meningoencephalitis, as a result of mumps complication. We understood the condition, the background information. So the reason for admission of this client is acute meningoencephalitis. And the patient was admitted to Children's Emergency Department. So we have the address, all these things here, phone number here, yes, of course. And we need the date of birth, that is 23 May 2008. So if you calculate, the admission date is 15 and the discharge date is 25. We are looking at this point. So we are looking at this point, 23 May 2012, no, 2008, sorry, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, it becomes 2012, 23 May. So if I calculate, it's 4 years completed, June, July. So around 1.5 months passed. So 4 years and around 2 months is the age of the child. So we can calculate it as 4 years. So definitely he has crossed 4 years. Now the age is calculated. It's a male child. He is a Sudanese. So he is from Sudan, which is in Africa. And his diagnosis is acute meningoencephalitis. We've got all those things here. Admission date, discharge date, date of birth, diagnosis. Now, very important thing. Now, so very important thing here is the social history, because we are going to deal with the family. When we are going to deal with the family, I need to focus on the familial information. So not only to the patient. So the patient's condition, I'll explain further. But we are supposed to, in the writing task, they are telling that we need to focus on the family of Vamuya Obeki. In this case, I need to concentrate on this particular day chart. So they are refugees, Mr. and Mrs. Abdullah Obeki. Mr. and Mrs. Abdullah Obeki. His mother's name is Miri. So Miri and Abdullah. Miri is the mother. Abdullah Obeki is his father. They arrived in Australia in 2012. It is this year only. So you have got the same year. Now, what about the family, the financial status? The sole breadwinner of the family is Mr. Abdullah Obeki, and he is an employee. He's a shift worker in a pineapple factory. Mother doesn't work. She's a housewife. And regarding the accommodation, very recently they were migrants and they have not got any accommodation till very recent time. Very recently they moved to a rental accommodation, not an own accommodation. They are at rent. And they don't have a GP too, a general practitioner, no family doctor there. Vamuya has a brother. His name is Master Said, and Said is just 2 years old. The language the family knows well are Dinka and Arabic. They don't know English. So that interpreter is needed for the family. It's important because Abdullah can understand the spoken English, but can't write properly. He has limited writing skills. Miri has limited understanding in English. She knows better the other languages, Dinka and Arabic. Abdullah attends English classes. Fine. So there is a thing which all these things are very, very important in the letter, because it's the core of the letter. We don't have anything to be focused in the letter, because the patient Vamuya appears to have fully recovered from mumps and acute encephalitis, meningoencephalitis. So I don't have to treat the patient further, no ongoing medications. The situation is clear, but will need neurological checkup. Okay. So Vamuya's condition, he has fully recovered from the illness, but he needs neurological assessment. Parents, when he was there in the hospital, parents were asked whether Obeki, whether Vamuya and Said had any type of vaccination when they were in Sudan, because both were born in Sudan. They reached in Australia this year only. It's very clear that both the children were born in Sudan. In such a case, naturally, a query will be there whether they are vaccinated or not. They know that some kind of vaccination were there at birth, but the vaccination record has been lost. And they are unaware of vaccine for mumps. Not only mumps, some other things, because they may know vaccination will be there for some other diseases, but they are unaware of mumps, whether vaccination is available for mumps. Now, we have seen this thing. So therefore, they will need advice on recommended vaccines for both children, including Vamuya. See, just 4 years old, he needs to be vaccinated further at his appropriate age. So the schedule, as per the immunization schedule, he has vaccinations coming. His brother too has vaccinations coming as per the recommended schedules in Australia. So they need to get advice on recommended vaccines, because the country is different. You know, in Sudan, you'll be having a different immunization schedule. In Australia, we'll be having a different immunization schedule, and they will be quite unaware of this thing because they are recent migrants. They came this year only. So they need an expert advice regarding this thing. I need a help. So this is what the complete picture is. Now let's go ahead with the letter. The letter is written to the Director, Community Child Health Service. And I have a small correction here. I have to capitalize this H and S, as it is there in the address book. In the writing task, I have to go ahead. Community C, Child Health Service. Yes, 41 John Street, Ekibin, and today's date is 25 July 2012. Dear Sir or Madam, again, I need a comma there. Reference Vamuya Obeki and his family. Okay, so why this is written like this? Why is the age of the child is not written there? We are referring. If you have not included the age there, you can include it here. You can include it there as Vamuya Obeki, aged 4 or 4 years. You can say in brackets too. You can use bracket and say 4 years or 4 years old, 4-year-old. But right now, I just set reference Obeki and family. I'm writing to request follow-up for Obeki. Some may say that you can write Master Obeki. Of course, you can write, as far as he is not Mr. right now, he's just 4 years old. You can write Master. But right now we have excluded that salutation because he is still a toddler and not even a preschool child or a school going child. So we have avoided the salutation there. You can say master. So a 4-year-old child who recovered from acute meningoencephalitis following mumps, and advice for his family regarding vaccination. So I'm writing to request. So writing to request follow-up for Vamuya 4-year-old child who recovered from acute meningoencephalitis following mumps, and advice for his family regarding vaccination. Clear? You might see that when his discharge date, that is 25 July 2012, is not mentioned in the purpose. If it is not there, we can include somewhere else. I'll see to that later. So the diagnosis is clear, the requirement is clear. Who are the persons? We have Obeki and his family. What Obeki needs? Follow up. What his parents, what his family needs? Advice regarding vaccination. Okay, so this is what we have written. You can say, because I can say that advice for his family. So he has one more child, he has one more brother, that is Said, 2 years old. So here whether we write his family means it includes Said too. So can we write advice for his parents? Of course, I can write advice for his parents. Definitely now it has become more clear. Clarity is there. Now I have the most important paragraph. Number 1. Vamuya was born in Sudan and arrived in Australia this year with his parents and a 2-year-old brother. I have to write TWO. Vamuya was born in Sudan and has So we have made some corrections there. Vamuya was born in Sudan and migrated to Australia with his parents and a 2-year-old and his 2-year-old brother Said this year. Vamuya was born in Sudan and migrated. Yes, they live in a rented accommodation. So Vamuya, his parents, 2-year-old brother, 4 members. They live in a rental accommodation and are totally dependent on the earning of Mr. Abdullah Obeki, his father, who is employed as a shift worker in a factory. Okay, you can say in a pineapple factory, it was given. Although Mr. Abdullah understands spoken English, Vamuya's mother, Miri, has limited understanding of English. I have not included the word Miri there. It's not that much relevant. So Vamuya's mother, it's okay. They also have no family doctor. So all the social history, the background information is given regarding, because you are writing to the community child health service. They need to know the background. Why we are not focusing on the condition of the client is because it is a solved case. We resolved the condition. The problem is solved. Following his admission in hospital on 15 July 2012, you can see it here. When he was admitted to the hospital 15 July, 10 days ago, Vamuya responded to the treatment very positively and is now fully recovered from his illness. Yes. Because we expanded, we have made some expansion of the idea. The case note, it is given that appears to have fully recovered from mumps and acute encephalitis. Date of admission is added. So made a bigger sentence there. Responded to the treatment. So we have given treatment, it is understood. If he responds to the treatment positively, then only he will be getting fully recovery. So that we have given there. So that's it. It's clear. However, he will need a neurological assessment following his discharge today. So when he is discharged, his discharge is today. It was not there in the beginning. Right now, we have said neurological assessment following his discharge today. So I went with the purpose, a concise purpose, in order to make the purpose paragraph a little bit brief and formal. We have included the data. When is the discharge? Yes, of course, it is included here in this part. You can do that following his discharge today, because he needs neurological assessment following his discharge, after his discharge. And when is his discharge? It's today. It's connected there. His parents are not sure regarding the vaccination their children received. In Sudan, and they lost its records. So they have given some sorts of vaccination at birth to their children. And it happened in Sudan, so we have connected it, and they lost its records. So I can say instead of and, but. That's a better thing. But they lost its records. I need a comma there. Yeah. Therefore, an expert advice on vaccination schedule for both children is highly recommended. For them, for whom? Parents. It's clear. Neurological assessment for Vamuya. Expert advice on vaccination for both children for parents. My matter is clear. It would be appreciated if you could attend Vamuya to ensure his well-being and provide further support to his family. Now I can add one more sentence. If not, they would need the service of an interpreter. Clear? Now, because they are not good at the language, when you approach them and when you try to give follow-up care for them, you need the help of an interpreter. That's the thing here. And now we have completed the body paragraph, the purpose, and we have written around 191 words. Clear. If you require any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours faithfully, because you have not said the name in the salutation. You have said dear sir or madam. So yours faithfully, charge nurse. I can say it whether it's a registered nurse. Okay. So now the letter is complete. You can see from the beginning. Yes. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.